Wrap this up very quickly. You mentioned the letters. This gentleman wrote a letter to Doug House. This lady over here also did. And she got a letter back from Doug House saying basically the same thing. I'm going to vote for it. Let me tell you about that. Doug House is one of 3 Republicans that has been so resistant to this. We don't even have him on the list to contact. We've got a list of 32, I think, Republicans who didn't vote for it last time, or they're new. They never had a chance to vote for it. And that's our target list to get the votes that we still lack. He wasn't even on the list. We thought it was a lost cause. That's the power that constituents have when you send not a form letter, not a form email, a personal, handwritten, if your writing's good enough, letter, or a personal phone call, or talk to them face to face. We never thought we would get Doug House. We got Doug House. We had, of that list, we were hoping we might get 10 of the people who have not voted for it in the past to come to this meeting today. We got 21 or 22. There were over 40 people there. Some of them already supported. But we got people who had never voted for it and voted against it to come to the meeting and hear this. That is powerful. We have some events tomorrow at 10 o'clock. This will go, Gary will present this in the State Agencies Committee. If you want a seat, you probably need to be there at 9 o'clock. Wear your buttons. We've got a lot of buttons on the table back there. And before I forget, the article that was mentioned from David Horowitz, it's back on the table. That's the one you referred to. I just put more out. So grab those. Please take that information. We need your help. People complain, people sign petitions, but not enough people actually do something. We need some more volunteers, and after we pass this, we still will. There's still work to be done to work toward the convention. So please, if you're willing to do something, let us know that. We've got work that can be done. One thing is letter writing parties. We're looking good in the Senate. It's going to pass the Senate next week. I think we're going to pass the House committee. The House is the challenge, and we need more of those letters. The last thing I want to tell you before we leave, in addition, tomorrow, that's at 10 o'clock, State Agencies Committee, and then we have a rally on the Capitol steps at noon. If the weather's bad, it will be in the rotunda. We need people to show up. Bring your friends, bring your family, bring neighbors. We need to have a show there. The last thing I want to say is, one thing about the United States, it's unlike a lot of countries, we get pretty much the government we deserve.
You mean like the world's going to end in like
12 years because of climate change?
Well, 80% of Arkansans support our goal, which is to impose physical restraints on the federal government, to limit the power and jurisdiction of the federal government, and to enact term limits for its officers and for members of Congress. 68% of Arkansans support that in a poll that we just did last month. We had commissioned. 80% of Democrats support it. 54% of 8% of Republicans. 54% of Democrats support that. 65% of independents. How can we lose? We won't show up. That's how. People ask me, are we going to pass this year? I said, well, is the grassroots going to show up? If they do, we're going to win. So I want to leave you with a quote. This is one of my favorite quotes from James Garfield. He said this on a speech on the 100th, he was president, 100th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. And here's what he said. Now more than ever, the people are responsible for the character of their Congress. If that body be ignorant, reckless, and corrupt, it is because the people tolerate ignorance, recklessness, and corruption. If it be intelligent, brave, and pure, It is because the people demand these high qualities to represent them in the national legislature. If the next centennial, and we're here, does not find us a great nation, it will be because those who represent the enterprise, the culture, and the morality of the nation do not aid in controlling the political forces. If America fails, don't point to the liberals and all these other groups. Look in the mirror. It's up to us, folks, and we need your help. So pray for our success. Show up tomorrow. Bring people. And I'm going to tell you, in a couple of weeks, we're going to be doing this all over again, and that's going to be the big fight. So as soon as we know when we will go to the House State Agency Committee, we will let you know, but you won't get a month's notice. It'll be, and as soon as we know when they'll go to the House, we need to be there. We need to fill the gallery. We need to be wearing the buttons. In the meantime, we need to be calling and writing letters. And if we do that, we will pass this in Arkansas this year.
Yes.
So we need your help. Thank you all for coming.
Where are we going to meet tomorrow?
Tomorrow at 10, the State Agencies Committee meets in the old Supreme Court chamber. It's on the second floor. The governor's office is at one end, and the Supreme Court chamber is at the other end, on the second floor. That's at 10, but if you want a seat, get there early. And then the rally is on the Capitol steps. The weather's supposed to be good, but if it's